Hello friends, wonderful morning. Totally the entire roads are covered with mist and fog. So where are we heading today? So yes my friends, I am heading to Murugan Idli, which is before the Salem, and from there we are heading to Yercaud. Yeah. So with me I have my wonderful friend Louis. We've ridden before to Goa. How are you, Louis?
Fine, boss.
How are you feeling?
Yeah, great.
Excited? So all excited, my friends. So I am on my Xpulse, and this happens to be the first ride on Xpulse on a highway. So far, as you might be noticing on the Odo, I've done 136 kilometers, and all of this was in the city, and now heading out on the highway for the first highway ride of this bike. So we are going to talk more about how the bike behaves on the highway and how the bike performs. Of course, bearing in mind, bike isn't running in, and I'm not going to push it to its limits, but let's see. I should be able to do at least 75 kmph, if not more, right? So yeah, with that, let's get going. We've tanked up, so no worries there. So just only got to see how the light behaves, or how the focusing of this light is on the highway, especially in the fog and especially in the night riding. So that's something we'll talk about, and yeah, many more things we'll discuss as we ride. So please stay tuned. It is 6:38 a.m. in the morning, and this is the kind of fog what we are encountering. And of course, this is exactly the conditions why one would need the fog lamps or the aux lamps, right? So I'm yet to do that on this bike. It has just been 1 week, so a lot of accessories yet to be fixed. Only thing I got done yesterday was this mobile mount, the Bovo mobile mount. So yes, that's something I'm looking forward to in the subsequent weeks. It's extremely foggy, misty, and at one stretch I literally couldn't see more than say couple of meters ahead, right? So that's the kind of visibility we are talking about, and this is the kind of visibility what we are talking about, right? So we can just barely see a couple of meters ahead. So totally misty, totally foggy. Moving towards Murugan Idli, Salem Highway. So yes, cruising at 70 at this point. So riding at about 5000 rpm. So it's still foggy on the highway. 7 a.m. 70-80, it is still okay. So we just had some refreshing tender coconuts here, and we are about 50 kilometers away from Salem. So now we are heading further towards Salem, and then we'll be riding to Yercaud. So we've covered about 150 kilometers so far, and we are somewhere very near to Salem. So we'll be very soon getting to the foothills of Yercaud, and riding up to the hairpin bends. So I have my friend Louis right here, and he's on his CB 350 today. So as I said, we have ridden couple of weeks ago to Goa on our Versys. He too has a Versys 650, and we have been part of that riding group, and we have ridden together to Goa, and we all stayed together in a resort, and so that way I think it's nice to ride along with somebody whom you have ridden before, so that you have a good understanding in terms of each other's riding styles. So yeah, I was just telling him you know a while back that running in off a bike is extremely frustrating, and I'm sure it must be equally frustrating for him, because you need to ride below 75-80 kilometers per hour, because I cannot do more than 75 at this point. So yeah, I did tell him that once the first service is over, then we are going to cruise 100 plus at least. Yeah, it's a lovely day. Just the mornings were very foggy, but now it is nice and sunny. It's about 11 a.m. in the morning, and beautiful sunrise, beautiful sunlight. So looks like this is supposed to be the guard section, what I understand. Probably some road work going on, not sure. They've kept a lot of these drums as a barricade. Wow, this is a huge vehicle going in the front. Not sure what is it carrying. It's a huge one. So there is a speed limit of 30 in this guard section apparently. Wow. It's a beautiful view of the mountains right here. and the fields. So we have commenced the hairpin bends at Yercaud. So there seems to be a lot of traffic here today. Apparently too many visitors because of the weekend. Lot of monkeys. So yeah, so about Xpulse, how does it do in the guard section, right? That could be one question what you would have. So Xpulse, even the BS6, the 2-valve, never had any challenges with respect to going into guards or guard section, right? So I don't foresee any issues with this as well, where this should be even better with 4-valve engine and totally reconfigured gearbox with a bigger rear sprocket should provide a better pulling power and torque. So as you can see, I am in the 5th gear, climbing the guard section at a speed of 40-50. So no issues whatsoever. It's comfortable. So we are in the hairpin bends right now, and we've done about close to 5 kilometers and then 21 kilometers more to go. So we're just going to go up the hill and chill out at one of the restaurants. There is a wonderful place called Altitude Bar and Kitchen. So we're going to chill out there, have our lunch, and then get back in some time. So with respect to, I see the kid enjoying using the out of the sunroof or the moonroof, whatever. So I think that's an Hexa, Tata Hexa. Oh, do you see the map on the Google? Looks amazing with all the reds, blues and oranges, zigzag lines, right? This one's so my friend Lewis is right with me on his CB. Oh, there seems to be some traffic jam here. Or is this a parking? I'm not very sure what's going on here. Or a breakdown. Not very sure, but advantage of being on a bike is this: you can just keep going. You can just keep going, right? If you're on a bike, you can just keep going. Okay, looks to be some road work happening there. I can see a machine, road roller, crane over there, and then maybe because of that it created a jam. Okay, I think it's cleared. Let's get going, my friends. Wow, there's a huge pile up. Huge pile up. I think it's more than about, say, 100 cars so far, what I've seen. So apparently the jam is caused because of the road work on the other side of the road. They had to stop the entire traffic from one side and then let or manage it one way at a time. So anyways, we are out of it. So we are done with about the totally 20 hairpin bends at Yercaud. Not too many, just 20. So we are done with about say 16, 17. So we have another 3 to 4 hairpin bends to go till we get to Yercaud. So it says about 4 kilometers and it says 12 minutes. Weather is very cool and pleasant here, totally covered with trees on both the sides. People coming all the way from both the sides actually. Let's go. Let's go.
Go, go.
So we are on top of the hill. There's a lot of traffic here to deal with again. Maybe it's all the weekend traffic. Very busy today, very busy. Didn't really expect this kind of traffic. Okay guys, we are at Hotel Grand Palace, which is one of the hotels here in Yercaud, and that's where the altitude bar and kitchen is located, the restaurant where we wanted to visit. So this is the kind of view what we have here, and Mr. Lewis is chilling out and enjoying the place.
Yep.
So that's the hotel, and this is a small area here to relax. It's an amazing view.
It's very good.
Yeah, cool breeze.
Good drinks in it.
Away from the lot of crowd what we saw just when we entered the Yercaud hill, and not too much of crowd here as well in the hotel. Looks okay-ish. So yeah, so we'll go ahead and get some lunch and
Oh, I left my
relax for some time and chill. Yeah. We had an amazing lunch at the Grand Palace Hotel and Spa. They have a restaurant over there called Altitude Bar and Kitchen. So yeah, some exotic food, nice food. So I'm going to and then we have headed out from there, and we've taken a different route now. So this route is basically going to directly get us to Dharmapuri and not Salem. So it's going to bypass Salem and get to Dharmapuri, from where we head to Bangalore. So yeah, it's about going to be 5 p.m. and probably sunset very soon. I can already feel the chill while riding through the forest. I just want to get to the highway sooner I can. Bike definitely gives a good level of confidence while riding through the winding roads and the guard section, even with the off-roading spec or focused tires. And really agile handling. It's definitely due to the weight. Bike just weighs about 160 kilos. That's about it, and that really helps. Lovely sunset, my friends. Looks beautiful. It's about going to be 6:50. So my friend is waiting here, heading back on the highway. So yes, I would like to talk about the headlamp, right? I think this is the best time to review the headlamp and see how it's been doing. So in terms of headlamp, Hero claims that the headlamp on the Xpulse 4V is 22% brighter than the last model, right? So is it really 22% brighter, right? If so, what does it translate in terms of your lumens or in terms of your actual outcome on the dark road, right? So we would want to see how that is, right? So I found that the headlamp is pretty much adequate in terms of illuminating the road. Right now I am running with low beam. Let me get to a dark patch. Okay, so right now I am running with just a low beam, and this is the kind of spot what I see. So this is pretty much able to illuminate about say 50 meters easily. So easily it's able to illuminate 50 meters, and I'm able to ride with confidence, right? It's not that I'm not able to see the road in front, nothing of that sort. I'm able to ride with confidence this 50 meter illumination, right? If I turn on the high beam is more effective when you are riding in a very dark road, because high beam is hitting say further from that 50 meters where the low beam stops, right? Due to that, you don't really feel the focusing of the high beam, but it's there. If you see now, you can make it out now. It is illuminating from where the low beam stops, the high beam starts. So it is good enough, I will say, right? And from my experience from the BS6 to this particular 4V model, headlamp has definitely got brighter, right? At least 22% it is definitely brighter, and it does definitely translate to the real output on the road, right? So definitely it is good. No issues with the headlamp. Headlamp is adequate if you're riding in the city or if you're riding at say conservative speeds, even on the highway, right? But if you are looking at extensive touring, right, it's always good to have a pair of aux lamps to support this, right? So that's something would be my recommendation here. Yeah, that's little bit about the headlamp. And also on the mileage, right? So last about close to, I've ridden about close to 300 kilometers today, and just before starting this trip I had done a tank up. So I'm doing a tank full to tank full method. So just before starting the trip, I did a tank full, and then exactly I'm filling the tank back. Just I filled the tank about a kilometer ago, and bike precisely took about 6 liters of fuel, right? So if you do the real math and go ahead and calculate what was my overall fuel efficiency during this trip, right, which is a trip 1. My overall fuel efficiency during this trip is about 300 kilometers for 6 liters of fuel, right? So that translates to 50 kmpl. And all of these 300 kilometers I've been riding. Of course, I've not gone above 75 kmph, as you have seen, because the engine is brand new, bike is brand new. There is certain recommended running in I would want to do at least 500 kilometers. So I did not exceed beyond 75 kmph or 5500 rpm. So with that, bike delivers about 50 kmpl. And of course, not to forget all the riding what happened in the guard section, right? In the second gear, third gear, all those riding what happened in the guard section in the lower gears could also result in a higher consumption, right? So from that point of view, 50 kmpl for this bike is really good, really good. So that's the initial mileage what I've been getting from the bike. And of course, the rest of the things about the bike has been super easy to handle, super comfortable, very refined, and the clutch operation is extremely soft, butter smooth. And the most important part, my friends, the seat is really amazing. Absolutely no pain so far. It's been very comfortable. I did not really expect this kind of comfort from the seat here. So really Hero has done a commendable job on the seat. So seat is too good. Tires are grippy. I've ridden on some gravel. Tires are very grippy, and braking is good, and gear shifting very smooth. So all good so far, no issues reported. And especially I like these rear view mirrors, right? They are very wide and give a real nice view. In spite of me wearing the riding jacket, it doesn't obstruct any part of the rear view mirror, and it gives a real nice view of what's behind. So that's good. Since I've not done high speeds, I can't comment about the visor, but if you plan to do high speeds and a lot of highway cruising, then maybe you want to look for a taller windscreen. But I think this will just do fine for the day-to-day use. So that's my riding or experience so far with the bike.